very good Friday to you. This is your Daytime Update. Thank you for staying with us. Let's get some reaction now from the just released crime statistics reflecting on crimes that occurred from the 1st of July to the end of September 2021. Minister Bheki Cele says a total of 23 police officers were killed in this period. For a reaction on this, I'm joined by Lesiba Thobakgale from the South African Police Union. He's the spokesperson there. Thank you so much for your time today. So when you, as the South African Policing Union, hear of the increase in the number of murders, the number of rapes, the number of kidnappings, it all is a downer for a lot of South Africans. What goes through your mind?
Thank you, Sis Tammy, for having us, and also to the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. As SAPU, we have always been concerned about the high levels of crime, and looking today, 6,163 murders, including 23 police officials who were murdered, and going to 9,556 rapes that occurred within this country. It's indeed a problem that this country is facing. And as SAPU, being a stakeholder within the South African Police Services, we have given solutions that would indeed deal with crime. Because when you deal with crime, you first start by preventing crime. If the prevention methods, or maybe whatever you are preventing, it is not preventable, then you react. That is where investigation comes in. We have given inputs, and we've even tabled position papers which speaks clearly to the establishment of specialized units. Looking into the murder rates this time, it is clear that we need to have a specific unit that will deal with the modus operandi which it is being used in these murders. And the establishment of specialized units, it would indeed have specialized people, specialized detectives, who would look into these crimes and deal with them in order to prevent and also investigate those that have happened. And this is not a theory that we are speaking of that has never happened before. We had specialized units before and they were closed. And another impact as well, or another issue that we see as a problem, the non-implementation of restructuring. Again, we are saying it. We have said the very same thing in the previous quarter when the crime stats were released, to say the minister holding restructuring at ransom. These are the impacts that it has in terms of service delivery, because those resources that you have, instead of channeling them to where crime is happening, to where we have these high numbers that we see currently, to where we see members of the community suffering, they are being murdered brutally as it is. Our women and children are being raped at this higher rate. Then when you have more resources in terms of human capital and also physical resources, we strongly believe that is the answer that would resolve the issue of crime in this country.
So Ntate Thobakgale, we heard the Minister of Police using the example of the Western Cape, saying that is the only province where murders have actually gone down in this past recording quarter. And he mentioned the fact that more resources have been pumped into the Western Cape. Is that what you are making reference to? Should the Western Cape be used as a model on how to restructure the rest of the country, the policing and the crime prevention there?
Remember, the Western Cape received resources. The resources that they received, are resources that come from the provincial government, and as well resources more which comes from the national level. And when we are referring to restructuring, remember, we cannot only focus on one province, because when you look KwaZulu-Natal as well, and Limpopo, Thohoyandou specifically, in terms of rates, it clearly shows you that there's quite a higher number, because they've overtaken Harare and also Lusiki. So we are saying that these resources that are here at the national level, they are not supposed to only be given to specific provinces in order to address crime. Through restructuring in its totality, we know that those resources then they will be channeled to all the provinces in order for all the provinces to be able to be capacitated and be able to deal with crime. So it should go across the board, and we appreciate the efforts that were done within the Western Cape. But we are saying that we wish to see the very same through restructuring, which is something that we've concluded through an agreement, because then our communities within the areas of South Africa, they would feel safe because you'll be having more police officials. And this goes further to the issue of ensuring that the budget cuts that are happening, they need to stop. We cannot have budget cuts of over 11 billion within the SAPS, yet we expect crime levels to go down. How are we going to obtain more resources in order for us to be able to deal with crime within this country? So we are saying that those are some of the issues, they need to be resolved, even if budget cuts can be done within other departments. But SAPS, we are dealing with the safety and security. It is a unique environment. We are dealing with the safety and security of everybody within the Republic. So we feel that indeed these solutions, they need to be implemented. There need to be a political will to implement restructuring. There need to be a political will in order to have the specialized units being re-established so that they can be able to deal with these crimes. Because it does not assist us each and every 3 months. We go, we reflect on the same, we've got solutions, but we're not implementing the solutions that we're having because there's no political will.
Lesiba Thobakgale from the South African Police Union, thank you so much for your time and your insight into this very problematic area, the crime statistics once again released just a few moments ago.